Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. And I'm going to be talking about the back and forth that went on between Nicki Minaj and Big Lotto and giving my thoughts about it. Now, apparently, Nicki Minaj is upset because she dropped a song called Super Freaky Girl. And once the Grammy nominations were revealed, it was revealed that Super Freaky Girl got a pop category instead of a rap category. And Nicki Minaj felt like it was unfair. She took to her Twitter to vent about how she felt like if Super Freaky Girl was going to be in the pop category, how she also felt like Big Lotto's song Big Energy should also be in that category as well. Big Lotto felt like she was subbing her and felt like she was coming for her. And so she in turn responded and a back and forth ensued. So I'm going to go over the goings-ons and break down basically what happened, how it happened, who said what, whoopty 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 whoop, and we're going to get into it. If you would like to give your thoughts on the matter, you can go on over to my Instagram and leave me a voice note with your thoughts. I'm not going to open up the phone lines. However, I will be playing voice notes from people giving their opinions on the matter. Okay, so my Instagram is Neek at Night _, and that is how you can drop your comments. And after I'm done with my commentary, I will play everyone's voice notes on how they feel about it. So let's get into this gig right now. So in the wake of the song being pushed to the pop category, this is what Nicki Minaj had to say. She took to Twitter and she says, "I have no problem being moved out of the rap category as long as we are all being treated fairly. If Super Freaky Girl has to be moved out of the rap, then so does Big Energy. Anyone who says different is simply a Nicki hater or a troll. I'd actually love to see a more street record win, male or female. I'm just saying right is right." So Nicki Minaj feels as though, hey, my song, I feel like it's a rap song, but if we're going to be fair, and we're going to say that it's not a rap song, then you have to take out the song that actually isn't rap either. And that would be Big Energy. She said, in response to people telling her that she should not complain about it, she said, "Could you imagine someone telling you not to complain about being treated unfairly at your workplace? This is my job. I work very hard, no different from a 9 to 5 where you should speak up for yourself if you know you're a great employee and continue to be purposely sabotaged. And Barb's, there's no need to be angry. This is simply an open discussion / healthy dialogue. Independent thinking is what makes us human beings." Okay, so that is what she initially said. And of course, there started to be an uproar in the Twitter mentions. Okay, Barb started coming for Big Lotto. There was shade felt by Big Lotto, and in response to her being happy about being nominated, she responded and she said the following: "Damn, I can't win for losing. All these awards / noms, I can't even celebrate." Okay. And she felt like, damn, like here I am happy that I am even nominated, but now I have to deal with the backlash of somebody feeling disgruntled about it. Now, what I will say is I understand 2 points, okay? And 2 things can be true. It can be true that Big Energy is considered what I would consider a pop song as well. And I understand Nicki Minaj gripe as far as it pertains to, hey, if you're going to say that my song is not if you're going to say that my song is not rap, then make sure all the songs that are in the rap category are rap also, or else it does feel a little conflated. Okay. However, I do also look at it on the flip side and feel like if you yourself know that you have been taking jabs at Big Lotto, you can make your point without mentioning Lotto. You can make your point without calling her out, because then on Lotto's end, it does feel like it's more than you just trying to make a point about an issue that you have specifically with the Grammys. Because mind you, Nicki Minaj has been in the game for a very long time, and I don't think that she has a Grammy at all, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think she has one. If she does, she probably has like one or something, but I don't think she has one. So for her as an artist who dominated for so long, I can see how she has a gripe with the Grammys playing with her. Like, listen, I've been in the game. Y'all keep playing with me. Every time I do a project that is Grammy worthy, somehow, some way, shit get weird, you know? And so I understand her point with that. But I also understand, if you've been subbing me, don't use me as your example, okay? Don't use me as your example, because I feel like you purposely trying to get your barbs to come against me. We already know that the barbs play dirty. We already know that they fight her battles for her. So I feel like two things can be true. You can have a gripe with the Grammys and you can call them out for playing in your face, which they are, because why would you leave Big Energy in the category of rap when it's clearly pop? You know, it's clearly pop, but then remove Super Freaky Girl. Now, there was other people who had a opposing opinion and felt like Nicki Minaj is pop, okay? So there were people who felt like, listen, Nicki Minaj is surpassed just being a hip hop artist. She has transcended, she has moved audiences, and there are people who felt like pop is pop culture, which means popular, and Nicki Minaj is a popular pop culture artist. So I understand those points as well, but I still feel as though Super Freaky Girl should be in the rap category still. Like, I understand it, but then I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it, but then it's like, I feel like pop songs are songs that sound poppy to me. That's just me. Like, a lot of people are making the argument that pop is popular and it means that you're popular and Nicki Minaj is popular. Da, 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 da. I get it, but for me, when I hear pop, I think of super bass, like boom, ba boom, 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 ba boom, boom, bass. Get that super bass. Or I feel like pop is you know, like just like pop, like a poppy song, like a Taylor Swift type of appealing to like the white audience type of song. Like, I understand that point, but I feel like rap is rap when I hear it. Like, whether you're a popular artist or not, like if you're doing rap, I feel like it should be in the rap category. Now, moving on. So Lotto felt as though, you know, she didn't appreciate being mentioned in the example. And again, like I said, I feel like two things can be true. You can have your gripe, but don't try to pull me into it, because you low-key know what you're doing. And anybody who acts like Nicki Minaj does not low-key know what she's doing when she's doing her little thing, like her little shade, like, come on now. We're grown. Stop. When I'm trying to be underhanded and I already know, like, I don't like somebody, or I already know that me and that person ain't on good terms, if I'm trying to make my point, I'm not going to bring them up to make my point, because then if me and that person already had words, it looks away. I don't care how the barbs try to spin that. You know what you're doing when you do that. I have several peers in this YouTube space, and if I specifically say, like in my commentary, and I specifically say, don't group me into other YouTubers, and other YouTubers have lawsuits against them or this, it's like, what you're doing with the slick shade. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you're doing with the slick shade. Like, so the fact that the Barbs are acting like she is innocent in her slick shade, in her very calculated way that she tries to like diss you, but try to act like, nah, I'm not really dissing you. It's like, come on, be for real. So after, Lotto responded and said, damn, like, can I just, I can't even enjoy my moment to myself. Nicki Minaj responded and started calling her a Karen. All right. So, she said, this Karen has probably mentioned my name in over 100 interviews. Says she waited in line for Pink Friday with her Barbie chain on, bangs, pink hair, but today Scratch Offs decides to be silent. So Lotto, she's equating, her name is Lotto, lottery. Now she's saying that she ain't no Lotto, she's just a damn Scratch Off ticket. She said, but today Scratch Off decides to be silent rather than speak up for Black women she called her biggest inspiration. So this is the part that got me, and I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest across the board. I didn't like the fact that Nicki Minaj was sitting here calling her Karen, taking shots at the fact that Big Lotto is biracial. We'll start there. When Nicki Minaj is not even full Black. I didn't even understand that. I didn't even understand that. Like, how you taking shots at somebody for being biracial and saying, why didn't they speak up for Black women when, like, you're not even full Black. Like, you're not even full Black. So I don't understand that at all. Like, I was so confused about that. Secondly, I don't think that Lotto had to come and defend her. There was text messages that clearly showed in a conversation that ended up coming out later that y'all wasn't on good terms. You demeaned her. You basically told her that she wasn't ish. She ain't got no platform. She ain't ish. So to get on your platform and to play like that didn't happen and act like she was supposed to defend you is crazy to me. That is crazy. Like, if I imagine me getting into it with Tasha K, and then when there is a YouTube topic that goes against me and then saying, hey, why didn't Tasha K defend me? That's literally bizarre. That's literally insane. Like, I don't understand that. I don't get it. Like, you literally had conversations with this girl telling her that she's a little dog and she's beneath you. In so many words, you told the girl she was beneath you. And then when you have an issue with the Grammys, feel like she's supposed to defend you. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. Like, why would I defend you? That's crazy to me. So then Lotto decided to respond. She said, first of all, I text you because I didn't want to do the internet-ish with someone I looked up to. Just like the first time I DM'd you asking about your ongoing subtweets. I wanted to speak up because, like I said, I do agree, but the way you're going about it seems malicious, especially after how we left off. Okay? And I agree with Lotto. It does seem malicious, period. Like, why would you think that, why would you think I would defend you and you just was literally on the phone with me 2 weeks ago talking shit to me, telling me that I'm not even, like, I'm a peasant. Like, she literally was telling the girl in so many words she's a peasant. Like, what? Crazy. And so, then, hold on, wait. Then Lotto says, I've ignored countless subtweets since March and instead addressed you in the DM. You're asking why I didn't speak up in your defense. It's the same answer I gave when you asked why I didn't congratulate you. You're literally older than my mom trying to be a bully. Okay? So Nicki Minaj responded and said, all this time, I thought you was at least 35. Child. So Nicki Minaj was basically saying that Lotto looks old. And what I will say is a lot of these young girls do be looking old. Lotto is gorgeous, but they do be looking older than they damn 20s. I be looking like, damn, she only 25? She only 23? She's only 22? I be confused about the ages, but Lotto is a beautiful girl nonetheless, and so is Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj is also a beautiful woman as well, period. So she said, the most recent subtweet in question, but I'm going to start from the beginning, hashtag 40-year-old bully, and she showed a post where Nicki Minaj said, unfollowed, ugh. Barbs, I just said stop putting that dud on my timeline. I know you're defending me, but leave that dud on TikTok. Let me think. Duds on the timeline, Barbs. All right? So Lotto used this as an example, and she basically said that this was an example of Nicki Minaj subtweeting her. Well, Nicki Minaj responded back, and she basically said, hey, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about an actual TikToker, and she basically tried to play like she was not subbing Lotto. Okay? She said that she wasn't subbing Lotto. However, and I see y'all in the chat saying that tweet wasn't even about Lotto. If you post up this tweet and you're actually talking about a TikToker, but I am a person that you literally unfollow at the same time, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Like, I know that we want Nicki to you know, be innocent and be targeted and be a victim of this hate train and all of this stuff, but come on. If you unfollow the girl at the same time that you so-called talking about this TikToker, come on. Come on. Stop. So Nicki Minaj, she responded and said, it was an actual person on TikTok, a creator, not even an artist. I'm sure the Barbs have receipts. It goes to show she made up these subtweets in her head simply because she sent me 2 songs I declined to do features on. They all do this. Okay? So, you know. Bonita says, Nicki was talking about one of the Barbs that kept posting a TikToker that was given NHL clout. As soon as she unfollowed that Barb, the Barb posted about it saying how they got unfollowed. Okay. There has been several people who has noticed, and maybe this wasn't a good example for Lotto. Okay. Maybe this wasn't a good example. But y'all, if y'all been paying attention, even the Barbs have been calling out how Nicki Minaj has been shading Lotto. Nicki Minaj has been shading Lotto for a long time. So the fact that she unfollowed this TikToker, also was shading Lotto, and then unfollowed Lotto, it's like, come on. Come on. She been shading this girl. And y'all been calling it out. But the thing that I don't like is something will be clear in people's face and they will see it for what it is. And then when Nicki Minaj say, nah, that's not what I was doing, then it'll flip like, nah, that wasn't what she was doing, when you literally seen that's what she was doing. That's what she was doing. Like, that's the part that I don't like. Like, I cannot see something with my eyes, plain as day, and then somebody tell me that's not what I see, and then I say, you're right, that's not what I see. When I seen what I seen, plain as day. Like, come on. But anyways, let's continue. So Nicki Minaj says, age shaming when you look like you the one pushing 40? Age shaming but was begging for a feature? Imagine what them jeans gonna do in 10 years. Oh, so you're in your 20s? Oh, okay. Then at least it matched your album sales. You sold 20K, right? Mad you flopped. That's why you really mad. All right. And then she said, who want to hear the reference tracks of scratch off ghostwriters rapping her bars? She used me and the barbs in every interview until that album sold double wood. Now she's wiping that spray tan off and being a Karen. They black when it's beneficial, child. It's like, how you saying she black when it's beneficial when the girl is literally half black? Like, what? What? Child, crazy. All right. If you guys, at this point, like I said, I'm only doing voice notes. So if you guys want to give your opinion on the matter, leave me a voice note in my Instagram, neek@night_, and I will play the voice notes at the end of the commentary. Okay. So hold on, wait. All right. So Lotto says, okay, first, this is from when I teased Big Energy Remix. You didn't deny subtweeting me on the phone. I'm confused. Peep not again, because she thinks I was using her fans for simply teasing my Willie feature when the B remix feature and then the B remix feature. All right. And then this says, how y'all make barb accounts then followed by Nicki just to be unfollowed? Like, if you're a barb, why would you be posting if she don't want to see? I got unfollowed for asking if she was a feature on Lotto's song, but she already told everyone she let us know, so that was probably why. And then she said, not again, y'all not serious, like the dumbest. And then people under there was saying, I wish people would just listen to you when you say something instead of conspiracy theories. Yep, it's always annoyed me. Okay. So this was back in March. When Lotto was teasing her feature. And Nicki Minaj is colluding with the barbs and agreeing with them, like, you're annoyed because this girl wants to surprise people on who she has featured and build buzz around her song. Like, all of y'all create hype and buzz when y'all about to drop these songs. So I don't understand what the problem with that was. But then fast forward to now, we're in October. You're asking her to defend you when you've been talking ish low key about her the whole time. That doesn't make sense to me. And the fact that people literally make excuses and act like that's not what it is crazy to me. It's crazy. So Nicki Minaj says, a story in 5 parts. Check this out, y'all. Now pay attention. Every DM from Scratch Off is about a feature. I was kind every time, but Scratch Off feels she has pulled behind the scenes with a few different white men, won't name right now. Now look at my next tweet to see the very next message she sent me after I declined 3 features. Hi, how are you? If you want me to listen to something, you should be able to send in message. And I guess she sent her something. And then Lotto says, I'm so good. Here's the record. My label said they sent it to Josh Burkham just now, but I wanted to hit you artist to artist first. Let me know what you think, honest. All right. And then she said, okay, I got it. I'll give you my feedback on it once I listen back a few times. Lotto says, thank you. Nicki Minaj says, hey mama, I think you came off on the song, but I don't hear myself on it. Are you working on an album or just working on the next single? She said, I respect it. I'm working on my next album. Is there a specific direction you're looking for? I had a couple in mind, but just sent my favorite first. Okay? Maybe not a real explicit record, but the other thing is the song does better when I get on it after it's already making a cultural impact. So whatever you love and really believe in, if it takes off organically, that may be a bigger moment. I'm working on my album right now anyways, so I'm in that little crunch time phase, but I think we'll both know when it makes sense. Even as you finish the album, you may come across something you feel fits me more. Either way, it'll work itself out. So Lotto says, okay, bet, I get it. I got you. Thanks, Nick. And then Lotto says, hey, I wanted to reach back out. I know you said you wanted to do a song that was kind of growing on its own. I have this song, Big Energy, that's #1 on Rhythmic and Urban Radio. Last week was number 42 on Billboard. I don't know if you hear yourself on it or not, but wanted to see what your thoughts were maybe on a remix. Okay? So Nicki Minaj says that every DM from Scratch Off is about a feature. I was kind every time, but Scratch Off feels she has to pull behind the scenes with a few white men. Now look at my next tweet to see the very next message she sent me after I declined 3 features. So I don't understand what was wrong with her contacting her about the feature. I don't understand the point that Nicki made right there. If there are any barbs in the chat, maybe y'all could type a quick message before I go to the next one. If you're an artist, she's an artist, y'all not friends. So is she supposed to, like, I don't like, she likes you and she respects you as an artist. So is she supposed to be like hitting her up, asking her about her day? I don't understand that part. So maybe one of y'all could drop a quick thing, because I don't understand the point. Like, okay, she asked you for a feature. Okay, I don't get it. I think the point is Nicki feels like she just wanted to use her. Nicki Minaj might be going through menopause. I'm trying to see the point real quick. I'm trying to help me point it out before I move on to the next. Somebody said she's trying to prove that Lotto was begging. She turned down 3 already, so she's basically saying that she's thirsty. Okay. All right, let me see what Bonita says. After these is when Lotto pressed her about being sub. So that's why Nicki said, look at my next tweet, because she showed that screenshot. Somebody said, but was Lotto really begging though? I'm still confused. I don't understand what's the wrong with an artist reaching out to another artist to collab. I don't get that part, but okay. Y'all didn't help me clarify. So anyways, so Lotto says, now all of a sudden you seen all the love I showed you, but chose to respond to a clip taking out of context, literally fishing for a reason to back up being a bully. It says Nicki Minaj DM'd a fan after they tweeted about Lotto, and now she's tweeting subliminally about people comparing themselves to her. Is she the queen of rap coming for another girl? 10 years her journey. And then it says, when you hear people comparing themselves to you, but the facts don't ever seem to be in their favor. Remember what I told y'all about 2022, child. All right. And then it says same what as who? Okay. And then someone says, instead of enjoying her Sunday with her son, she's online shading Lotto because of a harmless comment. Shaking my head. Nicki, if you're insecure, just say that. Lotto literally meant there's more female rappers thriving now than there was before when it was only you popping. Comprehension is key. Okay. I literally named you as my dream collab multiple times in multiple interviews. Like I told you on the phone, I looked up to you. You still never answered my question about where the random shade started coming from. Okay. So Lotto basically wrote Nicki Minaj in the DM because Nicki Minaj started to, I guess, shade her. So Lotto wrote her on some woman to woman type and was like, hey, what's up? Like, what's going on? She said, what's up? I've shown you nothing but the utmost respect and genuine love as a fan and someone who looked up to you. Hate that you allowing people to convince you otherwise. You know what I meant. And Nicki Minaj says, hey, before I respond to this, what exactly are you talking about? So that I can give you a clear response. I'm seeing this for the first time right now, by the way. So she says, most recently, the interview you DM'd Holla Media on Twitter about and your tweets that followed. It's clear they was about that, but I'm trying to figure out what happened, like what changed. I've shown you too much genuine love for that. So Nicki Minaj responded to her and says, you show me too much genuine love for what? To be exempt from something? I could say the same thing, but would you or Bigfoot care? No. It's clear it was about what? You talking in circles. Say what you said. Here's an example. Nicki, when you said it was clear you were talking about when I said, that's how you have real talk. See, this is the stuff that irritates. And y'all barbs make excuses and it irritates. It irritates me to the core. I hate when people do this. Like you literally are publicly talking mess on your timeline about how you don't appreciate people comparing themselves to you when that literally was similar context to what Lotto said that she says was taken out of context. Then when the girl specifically says, hey, I'm talking about the Holla and Media thing that you wrote in the tweets, and then you're like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Come on, bro. Come on. Stop. Like, I can't. She says, let's start at what you said. I don't talk in circles and I don't get questioned. We see everything. Trust. It's clear as day. Did you think I got to where I am by not peeping everything? Do you think I don't know every release schedule at every record label? Did you think I don't know how many things move up on the list as soon as I say I'm about to do something? LOL. Well, if you like to actually talk, let me know. It will probably be better on the phone though, because I don't like back and forth texting. So many things can get wait, where am I at? Misconstrued. And I know people usually text to spice up their group chats. There's actually a lot I think you should know. Okay? And so she said, yeah, I like to talk on the phone too, because you bringing up other people and release dates that don't got nothing to do with me or what I'm talking about. Who's talking in circles? I referenced a tweet I referenced the tweets and my confusion with all the pressure is coming from. Again, I've shown you nothing but love. I'm the one trying to have a real talk, not indirect subtweets, straight up. I've ignored so much in hopes it wasn't what I thought it was, coming from someone I looked up to. Okay, and then she gave her number. So these messages are messages that Nicki Minaj released. So Nicki Minaj decided to release the messages of a conversation that they had on October 4th. All right. And so in the midst of this blow up that's going on last night, this is what she said. So for me, it's like, listen, y'all, if y'all literally sit up here and play in my face and literally act like like if a person, y'all gonna play in my face, so I'm not even gonna go there because I expect y'all to play in my damn face, child. Anyways, with all this being said, this wasn't just a Grammy category. You being funny, bringing me up to defend your case, knowing our last conversation didn't end on good terms. You literally told me I'm not flourishing and no one cares about my little song on the phone. And Nicki Minaj says, notice a pattern. Oh, okay. You only get called old when you pass on their features. I ain't never dissed my idols for not giving me a feature. I bowed to Lauryn Hill feet when I met her. Feature or no feature. Should I call her old now? She a grandmother and still out rapping you. Now, Nicki, you cannot compare you bowing out and fanning out from seeing Lauryn Hill, who was not on social media shading you every chance she got, to your situation. That's not the same thing. Like, if you pass on a feature from me, but then you also are shading me, that's not the same as you passing on a feature and then respecting the fact that you passed on a feature. That's not the same thing. If y'all say that's the same thing, y'all is a liar. Y'all are a liar. If I reach out to an artist and I say, hey, such and such, can we do a feature? And you say no, and I'm like, all right, cool. We ain't doing a feature. But then you, the person that I reached out to, you're the one I'm not shading you. You're shading me, the person who asked you for a feature. You're shading me. But then comparing it to a Lauryn Hill saying that I'm still supposed to kiss your feet when after I asked you for a feature, you was dissing me. That's not the same as Lauryn Hill saying, hey, Nicki, like, I can't see that as, doing a feature, but, I love and respect your craft, da-da-da. And then you seeing her and saying, hey, I like you. That's not the same thing. That is not the same, that's not the same thing to me. Is that the same thing or am I tripping? Is that the same thing or am I tripping? Well, let me know before I move on, because I don't get how that's literally remotely the same. Anyway, moving on. I anticipate certain people being delulu. Anyways, so Lotto says, the feature was never the problem. You passed on 2 songs I sent and I still showed love. You not the only person I've sent songs to that passed and left my ass off. Never took offense. I'm a rapper. Cute way to spin the narrative though. And then she responded to Nicki Minaj asking if she wanted to post the reference tracks of Lotto's ghostwriters. And Lotto says, I'll post them my goddamn self. They all tell you I write too. I heard a few of your reference tracks before they came out too, boo. You forgot we all collab with the same writers. Difference is I don't deny it. The world seen me writing since 16 on national TV though. Okay? So Nicki Minaj was basically taking shots saying like, hey guys, I got the reference tracks of her writers in the songs, da da da. And Lotto is like, I write and collab with writers just like you write and collab with writers as well. And if you look at the credits, I hate like, and under the comments, everybody was saying, we all seen Nicki Minaj write on her pen and pad on a DVD or a mixtape or a some video from a Pink Friday a long time ago. That's all well and good, but that does not mean that she does not get assistance, as you can see in her credits. I don't get that. Like, the Barbs literally will argue you down and be like, no, Nicki Minaj writes all her songs, but then make excuses for why there's credits for other writers who helped the song. If you have a hook written for you, you did not 100% write the song. Stop making excuses when convenient for her pushing her pen or not. Like, it's the same damn thing. They're all getting help. All of them are getting help. And there's nothing wrong with that. You can get help because somebody might find, you know, like you vibe better as a collective anyways. You vibe better as a collective anyways. Like, if you ever been in a studio setting, you go to the studio, one person playing a beat, one person vibing out, and if you've ever seen a song process happen in real time, people feeding off of each other makes the best songs because you can bounce back off of each other, and that's what helps the songs. So even if you're a writer, which Nicki Minaj is a writer, they all get help from their team. So like, I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get that part. I don't get that part. Like, help is help. Help is help. Y'all both getting help. So it's crazy. Like, that's crazy to me. I don't get it. Anyways, so Nicki Minaj then, because I think Lotto said something about grape. Hold on, wait, I missed something. Nicki Minaj, Lotto says something about grape. Oh, okay, here she go. All right. So, Lotto says, been subbing, super freaky grandma is married and related to a effing grapist. Okay, you ain't gonna bully me, B. My idol turned rival, now you hating. All right? So, this is when it really got really extra. Okay? It got really extra. Now, she said she took the gloves off, and at that point she said, listen, I'm not about to let you bully me, period. You around people that grape, you know, and Nicki Minaj fired back. So Nicki Minaj says, you didn't care about grapes when she was begging for features. You didn't care about Kodak's past. Didn't care about the accusations made about Dr. Lou, who produced Big Energy. Newsflash, scratch off. I've never graped anyone. I've expired millions. You're one of them, bozo. Y'all keep letting these bozos weaponize the word when they're begging or when they're being dragged and not holding them accountable for not actually caring about victims in real life. They have the same 2 drags about me, and one of them ain't even about me. That's how you know when you that beat. Okay? So Nicki Minaj felt like, girl, you didn't care about it all these other times. So don't try to use that as a point now. Okay? So then Nicki Minaj, in defense of her saying that she's around people that do the grapes, Nicki Minaj says, scratch off, get your dumb A to the mic right now. Explain this ish. Since you just became a grape activist in the last 5 minutes, you better have a good explanation for this ish right the F now. This better be a typo. Okay? So one of the barbs ended up pulling up the age of Lotto's mother and the age of her father, and they are saying that the daddy was 40 and the mama was 16 or 17 when Lotto had her, and therefore Nicki Minaj felt like, how you gonna try to call me out when you got some stuff in your backyard that ain't right? And people felt like it was 2 different things. There was some people who felt like you can't compare the 2. You can't compare who her parents are to who you chose as a person. And then there was people who felt like, yeah, you can't call Nicki out if your people around you ain't too squeaky clean. And it was a mess. Okay, it was a mess. So then that was last night. That was all the goings-ons that was goings-ons last night. So this morning, Lotto decided to release the phone call that they had 2 weeks ago. She said, let me specify, I'm sorry I'm delusional for saying we are newer female rappers are flourishing, and you said no one cares about my little song lyrics. My bad. FYI, I only recorded because I know who the F I'm playing with. 40-year-old bully. All right. So Nicki Minaj recorded the phone call and Lotto recorded the phone call. Nicki Minaj put out the tweets and Lotto decided to reveal the phone call. Now, there's a lot of people who, in defense of Nicki Minaj, says, well, you know, why would you record a call? You must have been waiting for something. Well, they both recorded the damn call, okay? Nicki Minaj admitted on her Twitter that she recorded the call, okay, when her Barbs talked about it, and she said that she recorded every minute of it. So they both recorded the damn call, both of them, okay? Both of them was on the same type of time, and they both recorded the call. Now, let me play the phone call right now.
To you.
Crazy because
yeah, you are.
Something that is clearly delusional.
It's delusional to say that other girls are flourishing.
Something that's stupid and misinformed.
It's
I'm the one acting crazy.
It's delusional to say that other girls are flourishing.
We're not being
Recognize we weren't giving the platforms that we're being given right now.
What platforms have you got?
And I give you props all the time in every other interview for opening the door for that to be a possibility now.
Saying that, okay. So what, in conclusion, what do you think,
All right, let's pause it because the Barbs are acting as though Nicki Minaj did not literally say that she recorded the call. So let me pull that up before we go any further. Right here on Twitter, Nicki Minaj admits to also recording the call. So before we go any further, because y'all get a little delulu. Okay? Y'all get a little delulu in trying to defend Nicki Minaj. A person writes, and I love how Nicki is intentional with her words. You think Nicki don't think y'all would post her messages or record her calls? Y'all ain't exposing ish. And Nicki responds and says the entire call from start to finish. Okay? So Nicki Minaj is saying, I also recorded the call from start to finish. They both recorded the call. Now let's get back to the audio.
I've done nothing to you.
Crazy because
Yeah,
you
you are.
Something that is clearly delusional.
It's delusional to say that other girls are flourishing.
Something that's stupid and misinformed.
It's
I'm the one acting crazy.
it's delusional to say that other girls are flourishing.
We're not being
Recognize we weren't giving the platforms that we're being given right now.
What platforms have you got?
And I give you props all the time in every other interview for opening the door for that to be a possibility now.
Saying that, okay. So what, in conclusion, what do you think you wanna say about, let's let you finish your statement about what female rappers were doing before and what they're doing now. I want you to finish it.
I finished it, Nicki.
Okay.
I said for a long time it was you.
It was me.
Yes,
So
and
you
your
didn't do your research.
what
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have somebody send you the information about all the women in the last 10 years who have had Billboard recognition, worldwide global recognition, since you are clearly putting yourself above these people.
No, I'm not. That's the purpose I can't even think of the word, like just purposely trying not to understand what I'm saying.
You don't even understand what you're saying because
no, I know exactly what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it was you running shit for a long time. I never said that you're no longer running shit. I've done nothing to you. Yeah. There are other females flourishing. What is the problem with that?
The hard way. You're going to have to learn the real world and the industry.
Well, I love you and I will, regardless, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to support you from the sidelines. I feel from the sidelines because I can't do it publicly when someone is literally subtweeting me for no reason, purposely trying to misinterpret what I'm saying. I respect you too much to go back and forth with you. So I appreciate you for getting on the phone with me. The song lyric was recorded last year, way before any of this. And I cannot, you said, because you just said I like to say it's given though. The it's given bar was nothing, it didn't have nothing to do with you.
And it's not going to benefit you. You understand? If people around you cared about you, they would have told you, that's not going to benefit you.
What's not going to benefit me?
Let me go. I have to do a Zoom. I'll hit you back. Thank you.
There are other females flourishing. What is the problem with that?
The hard way.
So somehow the Barbs listen to the same audio that we just listened to and somehow flip it to make Nicki the victim. Now, in all, going back to the beginning, I feel like the Grammys should stop playing in Nicki Minaj's face. I feel like, them taking her song out of the rap category and putting it in the pop category and leaving Big Energy in when Big Energy is literally pop, that was playing in her face. But I feel like Nicki Minaj has to do some self-reflecting on how she carries herself. If you look at the messages that she exchanged with Lotto, she literally would shade the girl. And when the girl asked her, like, on some woman-to-woman stuff, like, hey, what's going on? Like, I'm feeling like shade. Nicki Minaj is like, let's talk direct. Don't talk to me in circles. I don't talk in circles. Be specific. What? You think because you been giving me lights, you exempt from something? Like, be for real now. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have to look at how you're treating people. These people could possibly be playing in your face because of how you are navigating. We all know that when it comes to these award shows, it's politics, it's favoritism, and it's basically who the people like at the time. Okay? It's about who the people like at the time. And if you are constantly doing stuff, then they gonna play in your face. So you got to self-reflect on how you're navigating things. As it pertains to Lotto, I honestly don't feel the way that people feel as though she was in the wrong. I feel like, listen, I have bigged you up. I have tried to show love, but I'm not about to continue to let you run all over me. And I feel like Nicki Minaj has gotten to a point to where the Barbs literally never, ever, ever hold her accountable. She's always told that she's right, even when she's wrong. Even when she's wrong, they make her be a victim, and she knows it. And she plays off of that fact. So I think that she is not going to, I don't think that she's going to self-reflect anytime soon. Okay? I think that she's the type of person, and I've seen it even with YouTubers. And y'all talking about unfollow, I don't care. Y'all want to unfollow somebody because they don't kiss the same ass that you kiss of a person that you don't know. That's weird, but you can unfollow all you want. Makes me know, never mind. I'm still going to give my voice, my commentary, and I'm going to speak, my piece, period. Y'all like, oh, I'm unfollowing you because I kiss her ass and you don't kiss her ass, so I have to unfollow you. No, like, we're adults. Like, if you like her, you can like her. However, I feel like it's crazy to me. I'm not that type of person. I don't try to control people and have people bowing down and kissing my feet. I feel like it's weird. I like to look at people as my equal. That's just me. Okay? And what I've noticed with Nicki Minaj, and even some of my YouTube peers, I see that a lot of people try to be clicked up based on who they can control. They want you to be a flunky and just follow whatever they say, agree with whatever they say. If they don't like somebody, you got to follow. You got to, be a follower. I've never, ever, ever been a follower in my entire life. And I don't like people around me who are followers either. I like people who have their own mind. I like banter back and forth. I like me and my friend Lucky, we talk every single day. And just like Lucky be saying crazy stuff on my live, me and Lucky go back and forth, toe to toe on our disagreeing of topics. I like people who be like, hell nah, this is what I think. And I be like, hell nah, this is what I think. And then we have a drink and a shot at the end of it. Like, I don't like people who just want a clique of yes men. And that's what it seems like to me. It seems like if you're not going to be a yes man and completely kiss Nicki Minaj's feet, then you are out of the circle. And I feel like that's whack. I feel like I could be a boss, you could be a boss. I like when other bosses are around me. I got a cousin right now. That bitch is a bad bitch, okay? When I tell you my cousin is a bad bitch, pushing a Porsche truck, pushing, and I like when I get around her, like I feel like, I'm bossed up too. Like we could go places, we could both drop dough, I like when other bosses is around me. Like I don't know, like I don't want no sons around me. Like a lot of people want like sons, like, I want to son this person. I want little peasants at my feet. Hell no. I like to walk in and you a boss, I'm a boss. What you think about this? Okay, I didn't look at it that way. All right. Yeah, this is how I look at it. I like people who can elevate my mind. If everybody just agrees with everything that I say, how can I grow? How can I grow if everything I say It's never any real constructive criticism. It's only yes, 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 you did that. Yes, yes, yes. No. People give me constructive criticism all the time. If there are people in my comments who say, "Hey, Nick, your commentary would be better if you didn't, drag the beginning of the video and you got straight to the point." I understand constructively that would make my commentary better. And I have looked at it like, okay, well, let me try to get to my points a little quicker. How can I be better if everybody is telling me everything you do is great when some things that you do are not great? Everything that you do isn't great. Like I say, a lot. I say, and sometimes I repeat what I've already said. And people in the comments, when they tell me that, they're not wrong. They're not wrong. Sometimes people say it in a lovingly constructive way, and I receive it. And then some people be talking shit, and I clap back like, bitch, fuck you, who you talking to? Because you talking to me crazy in the way that you're trying to tell me it. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll try to control. They'll say it in a controlling way, like, oh, you need to do this or you need to do that. It's like, pump your brakes. Like, I understand what I can do to improve, but don't tell it to me in a controlling way. That part will get you clapped back. But I don't like that. But anyways, I had people submit voice notes. So at this time, let me go to my DM and see the voice notes, and I'm going to play what people feel about it. Okay. So this is, let's start from the top.
Nicki's comprehension skills are off. She needs to Google the word flourishing. That girl did not compare herself to her. Nicki Minaj is insecure in her talent. She needs to start her retirement plan. Get some other businesses outside rapping, because it hurts her to see other people succeed in the same field as her. Someone said Nicki Minaj is upset about TikTok and people becoming famous on TikTok. I don't know what that has to do with mulatto or lotto, but people no longer have to write on a piece of paper because now we can type. The world advances. And if Nicki Minaj is mad people didn't have to work 10 years to succeed, she's a hater.
One thing I am going to say again is that calling people old is played and it's crazy. Hey, baby. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I can get my words out how I want to. I ain't even finished my coffee yet. Nicki has a right to be upset. Her song should not be removed from the pop category. And I feel like Lotto ain't really at Nicki's level, and I think she's really comprehending and understanding what that means. You know what I'm saying? Like Nicki said, that'll put her up against a whole lot of people. The shit is not, and then it's the same type of, it's the same kind of type song, so Nicki wasn't wrong. And then for Lotto to say, I can't even enjoy my moment, what the fuck? Like, I don't know, man. We got a fucking generation of fucking cry fucking babies, yo. You know what I'm saying? Cry babies. You know what I'm saying? So her stating what's right, that takes away from you? How? Motherfucker, pull up your drawers and stop acting like, I don't know, Nick. I really like you. You know why I like you? Because I feel like this young generation is missing critical thinkers. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to swim with the school of fish. And if you swim to the... I see I can only record 1 minute. So what I was saying is, and if you swim away from the pool of fish, you called all type of names, or you XYZ and ZYX. So I like you because you critical think for yourself, you research, and you don't go with the public opinion on shit. You go with, what you feel is right. So, and I feel like everybody is just schooling, swimming with the school of fish. So I feel like, and we never, oh shit, I never did that growing up. We never going to say again is that calling people old is played and it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And we never did that growing up. We never called people like old, unless you hit a cane or some shit like that. But we have respect for our elders. But anyway, it's a privilege denied to many, baby. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing to be of a certain age, and to use it like it's not. That shit is crazy. You understand what I'm saying? Like I said, I got an obituary filled with people that didn't make it to 20 or 30. You understand what I'm saying? So that needs to stop.
All right, next audio.
Yeah, what I don't get is, why niggas why everybody that's doing something or finna get an award or just doing good and then they give her a prop, she still be unsatisfied. Like, I don't understand it. Like, to me, she just a hater and she just keep hating. Like, it don't stop. Like, next thing you know, she gonna be hating on Glorilla because her and Cardi did a song and it's doing the same numbers her little weak song doing. Like, that Super Freaky Girl song was whack. Like, come on. It was whack. Lotto already did a song, Muwap, with Gucci, and was saying she a freaky girl. That was 2 years ago. So really, it's like Nicki copying off of her. It's crazy.
All right. The people in the comments asking how you can call in. You can't. It's a voice note. If you head on over to my Instagram before I end the live and send me a voice note, then I'll play it. It's Neek@night_.
Okay, hey Neek. Last night I stayed up all night reading the comments and reading the different tweets from Nicki and Lotto. I'm more on Lotto's side. I know I read a lot of comments where everybody was saying that Lotto was playing victim. How are you gonna play victim on the internet and then privately message Nicki saying you agree? Well, she can agree with what Nicki is saying, but on the flip side, like, why are you using my name when you know you don't even like me, when they didn't leave off, in a private conversation that we didn't know about on good terms?